I've noticed a glaring issue with football sports anime. What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base, and today I'm back for another anime sort of video here. Today I'm going to be talking about the glaring problem that there is within football-specific sports anime. You might be asking yourself, Ben, is there really a problem with sports anime, and specifically football sports anime as a whole? Well, maybe. Maybe not. But you'll have to stay tuned to the video to find out. Now, for something very special, please enjoy this new part of my videos from now on.
Hello there, conscious viewer who stumbled upon this video.
The YouTube algorithm has been acting quite strangely lately, so if you enjoy the content, kindly show your support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and ringing the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Now, I'm no 100% expert when it comes to sports anime, and I'm certainly not an expert when it comes to all football-specific sports anime. I haven't seen all of them, but I have seen 3, and from those 3, I've noticed a problem. Those 3 sports anime are bluelock, Aoshi, and then an underrated one called Days. I mean, it's definitely not like it's another day or something and I just got really distracted and, now I'm wearing different clothes and things or anything. Back on topic, what are these 3 sports anime and what are they exactly about? So let's dive right in to find out what each of those sports anime are about. And if you can't guess, it's about football. So most people in the world of anime will have heard of bluelock. Some will have heard of Aoshi, but very, very few will have heard of Days. So I'm going to talk about what Days is about first. Days is an anime series that's focused around 2 main characters. One, a frail sort of no-talent boy called Tsukishi, and the other, a shit-hot, very beautiful, talented, soccer finiciado named Jin. And their lives get entangled and they go through football together. Days is an anime that teaches you to never give up. You can't give up. You can't blame yourself if it didn't work. And you can't call yourself a loser when you have the ability to change. It's a show where if you put the hard work in, it will start to pay off. And it's a very wholesome, quite maybe feminine sort of sports anime. And I don't mean feminine in a bad way either. It's kind of cutesy in a way. It's nice. My English teacher would hate that I can only think of the word nice to describe things. Now, Days is obviously an anime about football. Where it differs from other sports anime as a whole is that the 2 main characters have a little bit of friction, let's put it. There is some yaoi elements for it. A lot of people want them to kiss from reviews that I've seen and things like that. And this doesn't make it a bad thing. This is what I mean by the cutesy element of it. It's a show where it's almost a yaoi anime, but football is merged in. When I'm saying yaoi, it isn't full to the wall yaoi, non-stop 24/7. There's just sprinkles of it. And this kind of adds to a different element. Of course, it follows all of the same tropes, including football. It has teamwork, it's all about doing the best for your team, brotherly bonds, you name it. If you like Haikyuu, if you like Kuroko's basketball, this has all those same elements, but it's a little bit cutesier. Weirdly, I forgot to even continue talking about what Days is about. They both join a school called Seiseki, which is like an elite school that's known for its football team. It's a story about struggle. It's about spirit. It's about putting all the effort in and that still not being enough and still having to want to continue. It's about loving football with all your heart, wanting to connect with your brothers, and this is what makes it so special. Now, of course, when they're playing football, the action, the choreography, things like that whilst they're playing are all spot on, they're all stellar, and even comparative to something like Bluelock, it sometimes just outshines Bluelock. as a whole for just the sheer choreography it comes into, the technical plays of football and things like that. Of course, you've got your shit-hot people like the captain and Jin, who are just ace at playing football and very, very good. You get to see it from a point of view that no matter how big, small, beefy or lanky you are, you can play football and you can keep up as long as you put the hard work in. Now, I could keep singing praise for days until the cows come home, but no amount of justification will get you to watch it unless you want to watch it. Unless you're a fan of sports anime, and football in particular, you probably won't watch this. And that's fine. But now I've told you about Days, and it might be on your mind. And now that it's on your mind, you might watch Days, and from that, you'll know why it's good. Let's talk about the other football sports anime, and that's Ao Aoshi, one that is more well known than Days, but not as well known as Blue Lock. For clarity, all these three anime are all available on Crunchyroll, so by all means, if you have some free time and you're a fan of sports anime and you want a new sports anime to watch, then go on Crunchyroll and watch some sports anime. In a quiet rural town, we follow our main character, Ashito, and he is on a sports team that's not good. In one of his matches, he loses his temper and is ejected from the game. A coach watching this game, called Tatsuya Fukuda, senses great potential in him and then recruits him to join a professional team in Tokyo, where he practices in trials, essentially to become a professional player, to join the J League. And in this show, what I really like, although the main character is a bit irritating in some degrees, there's elements where he has to try relearn some of the most basic things in football that we've already seen him accomplish in games, but I love that there is so much more technicalness in this anime compared to, for example, Days. There's a lot more focus on the challenges of trying to become a professional player at this young age, and the aspects, the struggles of all this, how it affects your mental, becoming a team. Now, this show struggles a little bit more with becoming a team, but it still has those same team elements. When the chemical reaction works and the brotherly bonds start to ensue and form, their teamwork is phenomenal. I love that this show has some elements of, not powers, but those effects that make it look powery, like Demon Slayer. You know how Demon Slayer, none of that shit in there is real. It's just the effect that's added to make it pop more. And our main character, Ashito, has a special type of eye that makes him be able to see from a bird's eye view, which is very, very cool. And I'm always a big fan when that element gets used within the game, because it doesn't feel like any of the plays, any of the goals is unrealistic. It all feels like this could be accomplished, and that's one of the elements that I do really like when it comes to sports anime. Of course, I'll still enjoy some of the more power orientated ones, like Ice Shield 21 and pushing the boundaries like Kuroko's basketball, but I really like when they keep it realistic as well. If you're wanting me to dive fully into any of these particular anime, then drop a comment and let me know. I'm only broadly talking about them because I want to get to the problem with football sports anime. If you've made it this far into the video and you're liking what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Now, to finish off with Ao Ashito, the biggest part that I've enjoyed is that I started off, enjoying it. It took a big dip when our main character was in a world where he was so outclassed. And this is something that you see in all these sports anime that I'm going to talk today, where they go, there are maybe a big fish in a small pond and they get dropped into an area where now they aren't a big fish anymore. They're a small fish in a big pond. And sometimes I struggle with that element. Sometimes I find it very hard when the character becomes annoying or doesn't show the passion that I want and has to maybe hear from a coach or someone else, to have that weird sort of brain turn to start pushing forward and, the reason why they even came here in the first place. I struggled a little bit with this anime, with that aspect, but once he started learning and putting the grind in, it skyrocketed. I watched this entire 24 episode anime in one sitting. I became hooked I loved it, and I've only heard very, very positive things about the manga going forward, so I have high hopes for a season 2. Now, to the bit that you've all been waiting for. The problem with football-specific sports anime, and that is because of bluelock. You might be wondering to yourself, Ben, why is bluelock a bad thing for sports anime? And let me tell you why. Normally and conventionally, sports anime is about brotherly bonds, it's about teamwork, striving to be the best but support your teammates and make memories. This isn't the case with bluelock. Bluelock starts, you know, with Isagi Yoichi, our main character, and again, he's one of those big fish in a small pond, and he gets picked to be one of 300 people to participate in an event, if you like. All strikers competing to be the best striker to make Japan the best. This is where the show takes a big turn compared to normal sports anime. And it's a big problem. And it's a big problem because I really liked that there was no sort of big focus on teamwork. I mean, there's a little bit towards the beginning and whatnot as they get put into teams and whatnot. There is a big problem even within those teams of trying to form the teamwork, forming the chemical reactions and things. I love that this show is so egotistical. It's all about a drive, a fight, a survival. You've got to be the best. As they used to coin the term in the show, they devour their opponents, they devour their teammates to be better. They're selfish, and I like that. They don't have powers. Even with some of the power elements incorporated, nothing feels unrealistic. It's just the same as Demon Slayer, where it's all emphasized. I love the different, eyes that are used again. They're just some of the most crazy things I've ever seen. And I became so hooked on bluelock. I was, reading bluelock whilst I was at work. During my breaks at work, I was reading bluelock. I'm still up to date with the manga now, and I'm loving it. And I tell you what, I cannot wait for season 2. If you watched season 1 and you're high on bluelock, go read the manga online. Buy the manga. Absorb. Devour bluelock. Getting back to the main point of the video, and that's the problem with sports anime. And the problem with bluelock is that it's so enjoyable as a non-traditional sports anime. Obviously, across all 3 of these sports anime, there are problems. There are bits that don't make sense, are naff, not fun, all these types of elements. Neither of them are perfect. But bluelock being a problem is a positive thing. There is a reason why bluelock was the highest bought manga of this past year, beating things like One Piece and that. And that's because it's so good. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed the new sort of editing style. I'm really trying to put in a lot of work and get better. So let me know what you think about it. And as always, take care now. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.